everyone, Martina here. I'm super happy to create 3 cards with matching envelopes with you today. And I'm even happier that I'm able to create these cards with the March 2019 HIP kits, which actually just arrived at my doorstep. To make it a bit easier with the envelopes, Kimberly created a cut file for us, which will be added to the subscribers cut file section. To get an idea of the dimension of the cut file, I just cut it out on a piece of plain white cardstock and will be writing the measures for you onto the picture. That's the moment where I started with my first card and envelope. I was trying to decide on which side I'd like to work and decided to Heidi Swap Tickled Pink paper. I've been adding some green splatters with the Lindy Starburst to the card base and to the envelope, and I've been putting both things aside to dry them on a safe place. After cleaning my workspace, I've been taking the second paper, which is actually Heidi Swap 2, and it's the Paint the Town paper, which I really love. And I tried to keep that painterly look and added some of these starbursts just with a paintbrush onto the paper and set that aside to dry too. Last but not least, I've been taking the parasol paper from the Sunny Days collection by Maggie Hobbs. I really like that circle-ish look. And when I first got my eyes onto that paper, I was thinking on stitching these parasol circles. But when I finished my stitching, I liked the backside of the paper even more than the front. But I'll make the final decisions some steps later. At first, I've been fuzzy cutting some of these parasol circles for the envelope, and I've been thinking that punched circles could be a fun element on the envelope too. That's the point where I decided to go with the backside of the paper and already had an idea where I could add the fussy cut pieces to. I've glued my base to the card and started to decorate the card. I started by adding some 3D foam onto my fussy cut piece and placed it, and was going through the Heidi Swap Color Fresh ephemera pack and just tried to pick out some pinkish and yellowish ephemeras. Because I'd like to create even more layers, I took one of the tabs that were in the ephemera pack and cut off the black and white stripe that was added to it because I didn't like it with the blue from the paper, and added a piece of vellum that was in the ephemera kit too, just with my tiny attacher, which is actually a pretty good solution to get adhered vellum pieces to cardstock without seeing the glue through the vellum, which is actually most of the time happening and really disturbs me if it happens. I'm adding some of the doodlebug jewels and was shortly thinking that I'm finished, but I was still missing another element and found this is the Good Life piece of vellum, and tried another trick to add vellum to paper, and that's just by adding a thin layer of glue to the piece of vellum and then just press it down. My second card and envelope are created with the Paint the Town paper from the Color Fresh collection from Heidi Swap. And I've just adhered the card base I'll be working on onto my actual card and tried to get an idea of where I'd like to go to, because I still haven't seen all of the ephemeras because the package really just arrived at my doorstep. I decided to go with the Live, Love, Love because I like the contrast that black puffy stickers give to the aquarellish background of the card. I took one of the black leafish puffies too to get some more of the black onto the card, and cut down one of the ephemera pieces to a bit smaller size and adhered everything with my tiny attacher and added this piece as some kind of a center ephemera piece to my card. I was looking for some more black elements to add to the card and found one of these cardstock stickers and took the actual sticker and fussy cut the border of the sticker out of the sheet and adhered these two hearts together onto the card. I think that's the moment where I'm done with the card and I start to adhere the envelope. I took some double-sided tape and just folded the paper and glued it together and added also one of these black leafish elements onto the envelope and the stickers that were saying you and me. And I think that's a nice combination, the card and the envelope together. For my third card, I started with gluing together the envelope and was still deciding on which side of the paper I'll be working, but went with the big green dots. And for this card, I'm really just going through the ephemeras. This time I am going through the HipKit exclusive die-cut ephemeras, which are designed by Kim Watson. And the collection is called This Beautiful Life. And I have to say I had a beautiful time by working with these ephemeras. Of course, I was trying to get a coordinating look for the card and the envelope this time too. And I think the first element are the splatters from the starbursts that are on the card and on the envelope. And I glued one of the Maggie Holmes butterflies to the card and one to the envelope. And I've also added some of the exclusives die-cut flowers on the card and onto the envelope. And I think the envelope is still so flat that actually we here in Switzerland would be able to just send it with the normal mail. Don't know how it's for you guys. After I've been finishing with this card, I finished the envelope of the first card because I still needed some time to decide how I'd like to decorate the envelope. And I think we're done. We've got 3 cards and 3 matching envelopes, and I had really lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching me create them and wish you a wonderful day. Bye!